Well guys, today's the day. We're cutting holes into a Dodger. We're cutting the windows out.
We've been measuring and marking and double checking.
Because we only have one shot at this.
There goes nothing. Man, this thing vibrates a lot.
It feels like there's already so much more space. We are ready to blast this thing. We're gonna start with all the windows.
And then hopefully the arch.
Almost done, almost done.
So we are pretty much done building the outside of our Dodger / pilot house. Now that that's all sealed up and the inside's had a good amount of time to dry out, it's been sunny for a couple of days, we can now start prepping the inside for glass. And then once we glass the inside, we can cut the windows out and the project will be kind of done. So we're gonna start grinding today. We're gonna close ourselves in and we're just gonna go to town. This is one of the last big nasty grinding projects we have to do. And it's not even that big, it's not even that nasty. One of the tricky things that we're gonna have to sort out is this little lip, I guess, which is sort of the original design for the boat, and that's where our original Dodger used to be and get attached to, and that's sort of why it was molded into the deck. We filled up the bottom of it with bog and glassed it over when we did the ceiling. So now we need to like grind this top part down, kind of glass it over and replace the deck that's there. And then we're gonna fill this void with foam and kind of reshape this whole area so it doesn't look like there's pieces on top of pieces. This is gonna be the worst bit because there's no really good way to take that off without just grinding the entire thing down. It's gonna be a lot of grinding. So I'll probably be doing that with the grinder while Kika goes around and like preps with the file sander and the sander, all the places we're gonna be glassing so we can get this finished. It's nice in here though, it's shady. Kinda like it. It's colder in here than it is out there. Today's gonna be a grinding day and a prepping day, and we might get to glassing, and if not, we'll glass tomorrow. But we need to close ourselves in and suit up.
Alright guys, well we are done making a mess in here. We just finished sanding everything down and grinding everything down and vacuuming everything. We have a few more things to sand, like the ceiling of the Dodger top. But before we glass everything, there's one more thing that we're going to do, and that is to fill up those corner holes here so that everything blends in into the overall Dodger design. And similarly to what we did with the rudder, Den is prepping some. Ooh, Den is very, very bright. There you go.
Taping cardboard so that we have some barricades to block the foam with.
Yeah, because we found that from experience, because we've done this quite a lot inside the boat. We found that if you're using cardboard directly, it just sticks to it and it doesn't come off. If you tape the side of the cardboard, then you have something to kind of wedge against the foam so it doesn't expand too much, and then you can just peel it off.
Look how bright I am.
Yeah, it's either me or you.
You're in the shade and I'm in the sun. We should switch. We've also noticed that the foam expands. Oh, what am I trying to say? It has two sort of separate expansions. It blows up really quick, really fast, but if you sort of block it then it goes, oh, I'm being blocked. And then it sort of hardens and then it has like one little expansion at the end. So we found that like even if we over mix the foam and it would just blow up out of the top, if we sort of put some pressure on it, it stops it and then it keeps it to the shape that we want.
We have not a lot left, but we should have enough. All right.
Oh, I might need a wrench to open that other one.
Why?
Because the other one gets hard. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's starting.
Expand your
Oh,
engines.
it's already starting.
Yeah. Shut it down. You could let this middle part expand up because we're going to be filling it anyway.
That's true.
Oh, it's coming on my side.
Is it?
Up here it is.
Oh yeah, I can see it like a volcano.
I hope it comes up there. It'd be annoying if it didn't.
I mean, it's coming out here instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see it down there. I might have to squirt just like a tiny little bit more on the next round. It's kind of fun how messy this is, yet how easy it is to clean up after.
And how non-toxic it is.
It's toxic. I mean, you don't smell it. I mean, it's not
I'm
like.
not gonna eat it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we don't have to wear a full monkey suit.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
All right, let's cover this up.
Oh boy, this is gonna blow up.
Yeah, it's
Back up,
way
back
too
up.
much. Okay, I need to cover it up before it goes wild.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Slow one.
There it is. Coming out. Oh, yep, there it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There you go.
It's like we've done this before.
Didn't even look. It dripped down 1, 2, 3, and then it stuck on the last one. It didn't
Nice.
even like fall down on the floor. Although this turned into a nice little mushroom cloud. Still going. Slowly. I like it. I love that foam. That stuff's awesome. So now we just need to like clean all this up, smooth it out, shape it out, and then tomorrow we'll bog and glass. We also decided to grind off all of the gel coat from the cabin top because we're going to be glassing in pedestals for a winch and clutches and line organizers and everything else. The majority of it would have had to get ground off anyway, so we just decided to do it all at the same time. So we're going to add some plates and redo the core and a bunch of other stuff up here when we get all that hardware sorted out. But for now, it's just glassing this so we can cut the windows out of it.
Yeah. Boom. Today, guys, is gonna be a long day.
Hope it doesn't rain.
We have a lot of work to do on the Dodger. It's funny because like a lot of times when we work on these projects.
Literally started to rain.
No!
I hope it stays away. The springtime weather is really tricky because like it's not like scheduled or forecasted to rain, but then there's like 4 drips come out of the sky randomly, and we have to decide if we're going to be able to work or not.
It's kind of crazy, especially with the weather. Like a lot of the things on this boat, when we're done working on them, they look done.
Yeah.
But they're so far from being actually done, and we know that we have weeks and months of work for that one little project left.
Starting to look
So,
really good, but
Yeah.
it needs a lot more.
Needs
We're
so
like
much
halfway,
more.
think I feel like.
I hope we're halfway.
I hope we're more
Do you
than
think we're
halfway.
halfway?
I hope we're more than
I
halfway.
hope we're less than halfway. Wait, more than
mean,
halfway.
We've never done like a project this big on Uma before. Even the first year that we had her, it wasn't this extensive, even though it took a similar amount of time.
And even all the other times that we've done projects, like we renovated the entire galley,
Yeah.
and then the entire head,
Like 3 months or
and
so.
it was 3 months at a time.
Yeah.
But this one is kind of like a boom.
A whole year at a time.
And this is kind of the phase where it's like right past halfway where we would start chugging energy drinks.
Yeah, there's phases. We've noticed we've done rebuilds on and refits and renovations on the boat enough that we've noticed there's phases, right? It starts off like uncaffeinated, and then it goes to usually like some version of iced tea, but it's usually black tea, where you just put a bunch of black tea bags in like a gallon of water.
Yeah.
And then
And then you
somewhere
put it
along
in the
lines-
sun, and then it's like nice and cold.
And
Yeah.
then somewhere along the line, it switches over to like energy drinks and candy bars. because we're just working so much that like normal food doesn't like give us enough calories to work to the day.
I've noticed that we've started the phase of the candy bar that we're eating
all the
chocolate every
like
single afternoon.
2 chocolate bars a day.
The
And then-
energy drink though.
No.
I don't have a crave for energy drink, so that's good.
No, I'll
Although
be right back.
we have our version of energy drink that we take every morning. Our version of the energy drink since last year has basically been our morning smoothies. Like we've been drinking this mixed energy smoothie. Oh,
It's gonna be a 2 Magic Mind kind of day. Yeah, so our
a
green
good
smoothies have like avocados and protein powder and yogurt and fruit and these.
yeah,
in them.
special ingredients.
These have been awesome. We've been adding these to our morning smoothies for over a year now.
Yeah, it's been
And
really good because
awesome.
it definitely gives
Definitely
us
another one, though.
like a clarity throughout the day. We're less stressed about this crazy project because it is a pretty crazy project.
Especially on days like today. I think that normally I've found on like energy drinks or caffeine, tea, or even coffee that like you get like this spike of hyperactivity and then we crash in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Whereas with our morning smoothie, and we've kind of found a balance in that, and maybe like some chai tea or green tea throughout the day, I spend a lot less time staring at the wall, like thinking about all the what ifs, and more time actually doing work. And I feel like that's been a huge game changer for this rebuild because there's a lot of question marks, and it's important to stay focused.
Absolutely. And it does have caffeine in it though, but the cool thing about this is that they call it a slow release caffeine.
Yeah.
So you don't get the instant, oh my gosh, I just had an energy drink, or oh my gosh, I just had coffee hype, and then you crash after, which means that you need more coffee throughout
Yep.
the day. But like with this thing, yeah, we take one or
Like
two, and then
overstimulation with coffee.
it's sustained
At least for
energy,
us.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to know more about it. We also have a 50% discount if you're interested. So check out the link below. And it's sunny now, so we're gonna get to work.
All right, we are ready to finally glass the interior of the Dodger. We're pretty much going to do the whole thing in one go. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny. Got a bit of a breeze, which is nice. We're outside, which is nice. We set up some shade, which is nice. So we're going to be good to go. Just mixing up some bog so that we can fill in all the gaps on the top. And then we'll get started.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty darn good. It's gonna be such a strong Dodger.
Yeah, like the Dodger and the bowsprit are going to be like the only two things that they ever find of ours at the bottom of the ocean 1,000 years from now.
For sure. Sweet. All right. Well.
Ooh, taking
Ooh,
off
got
a
another layer.
of gloves. Oh.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Well, guys, we've been spending the last couple of days templating and marking and measuring and remeasuring all the windows before we can cut it because we only have one shot at this. And I think we've got it all down. So today's the day. We're cutting holes into our Dodger. We're cutting the windows out. Excited?
I'm super excited. We have been designing this Dodger in VR for probably more than 6 months, and we've been building it for quite a while in and around the weather. And so being able to finally cut the holes in the front and cut out the windows is gonna be really cool. So the plan is gonna be rough cut with the jigsaw, and then screw on some templates and clean up the edges with the router, and then sand everything down, and then put some glass over the edge to seal it up. But yeah, we've been measuring and marking and double checking, and everything is as close to being perfect as we can make it. So today's a big day.
Today's a big day. And you know what they say? Boat work is easy. As long as you don't f it up.
Is that what they say?
That's what we say. T-shirts available on our website.
There goes nothing. Hello? Alright, one more to go. Man, that thing vibrates a lot.
Hell yeah. Well guys, the holes are cut. Look at this. It feels like there's already so much more space than when the windows weren't cut yet, but this looks great. So the next step then is going to go with the router and clean off all the edges and line up with the measurements. And then I'm gonna go down to the container and I'm going to be cutting the layers of glass because we're going to be glassing the edges of all the windows. So
Yeah,
almost done, almost done.
I like it. It's so much visibility. It was awesome.
We're ready. we are ready to glass this thing. Everything is cleaned up, everything is smooth and wiped with acetone. And we're gonna start with all the windows, and then we'll do the arch probably tomorrow, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that tomorrow.
Does that look good on your side still?
Yep.
All right, well, the sun is literally we've got 10 minutes left before the sun's behind the horizon. And these days, as soon as the sun goes down, everything gets kind of dewy. So we got one window done and it's all peel plied, so it's good to go. But we will have to finish the rest of them tomorrow. But without any grinding or routing or cutting or without any of the drama, we'll be able to just glass all day. So as long as it's not raining.
No.
There's no wood.
That's not
That's
wood.
not wood. This is wood. That's wood.
Just that little corner.
As long as it's not raining tomorrow, we'll be able to finish all this glass work. All right,
morning.
so morning 2, and we have a lot more glass work to do today. It's overcast, which is good. It's a little bit colder, which is good. It means we'll be able to work more and the resin won't kick quite as fast. But it's very windy today, so I built a wind block. We'll see how well it works. It's already better down in here, so we'll blow the glass and the peel ply around, which is super annoying. We might have to make it taller, we'll see. But we've got 4 more windows, and then hopefully the arch, and maybe the turtle shell. We'll see. I don't think this one holds the same amount of resin.
Some superhero.
I think this one holds more resin.
Finish with Tovlo there.
Oh, that's
Next,
Tovlo.
Nothing but
Oh, okay.
rock. Start with
Cool.
3 doors down.
You know who that is?
No. All right, we have finished glassing all of the window edges, and it's getting late in the day, but we're going to attempt to glass the arch as well. This aft section of the Dodger we're calling the arch. It's non-load bearing because we're not putting the Traveler up there, but because this whole back end is open, it needs some reinforcement so it doesn't become the weakest link in the whole thing. We originally just had like a cheap plywood template in here that we built the rest of the arch off of to make sure everything was symmetrical. Now that the rest of the Dodger is all glassed in, we took the temporary plywood arch out and we're about to glass in a foam one. I already put 1 layer of glass on each side of this 1 centimeter foam just to give these steeper pieces a little bit of stiffness. These ones up top just hot glued on because they're stiff enough to glass. We also ended up deciding to make this arch out of foam rather than plywood because there's going to be some sort of track system like we had before for the enclosure that's going to cover this aft section, and it's going to have a lot of screws in it, and also there's going to be handrails in it, and there's going to be other perforations through it, and rather than having to drill and epoxy and then re-drill every single screw hole, since it's out of foam and glass, even though it was more work up front to make these foam pieces, it's going to be less work in the long run because we're not going to have to do multiple versions of epoxying and re-drilling. Yeah, we have a lot more glassing to do today, and hopefully it doesn't get dark before we're done. We've modified the windshield to be more windproof. Hopefully that keeps most of the wind out so we can glass without it blowing all around in our faces.
is done.
Last layer of peel ply just went on.
Yep.
It's 10 o'clock at night. So that took us
6 hours today.
no,
We started at 4.
no, we started the arch at 4.
Yeah.
So 6 hours.
6 hours for the arch. But that
Oh
doesn't
my god,
include
why does
glassing the
glassing
windows.
take so long?
Turns out though, it wasn't as cold as we
We've
thought
been
it would
glassing
be.
for 12 hours straight.
We decided to just keep going tonight. Just get it done. And yeah,
It's done.
It's done.
There's like a few janky corners, but it's done. It's
The
done.
janky corners are hidden, so I think honestly, I'm actually pretty happy with
I think
how it
worked
turned
well.
out.
This thing's gonna be rock solid when it's dry.
There's an airplane taking off. That's how you know it's probably. What do you think?
It's 10. The ferries are
10,
leaving and the
10?
airplanes are taking off. It's 10.
Yeah.
Does my phone
Crazy.
tell me? No, it doesn't.
No.
All
So,
We're gonna go eat chocolate for dinner.
yeah, we deserve it. Jesus.
We just went grocery shopping, so we have like 4 like these new like Lindt caramel chocolate bars. So excited to go eat them for dinner. And then we'll see how this looks tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll come here, check everything out, and it's supposed to be raining tomorrow. That's why we really wanted to be done with it today, because tomorrow would be a wash. But the next time it's slightly sunny, or at least not raining, we'll be able to slap a coat of primer on everything just to make sure it's protected from the sun.
And, we can start fairing it.
Yeah. And then we'll also template the windows, send it off to the guys who are building it, and then it'll be a good stopping point for Dodger. And then we'll continue on the inside that we haven't touched in some time.
Yeah, well, it depends on the weather. Or keep working on the outside, organizing the deck hardware and stuff. We'll see. All right.
Cool. All right. Good night.